Right guys, Shay here, only about top you guys as well. So I just want to do a quick video on Dean Elgar. Obviously he scored a very fast pace for him, 127 today versus Sri Lanka in Joburg. As he had a very high strike rate, almost 80. Not really like him, obviously his career strike rate around 46. But yeah, obviously the pitch and the bowling suits that kind of solid batting. So he played some really nice shots today, often both sides of the wicket. I was really pleased with him actually, and I got thinking actually about Dean Elgar. I think to myself, this guy's averaging almost 40, he's averaging 39. And there's, I tipped Dean Elgar to be captain in South Africa actually as a stopgap. I felt like I should have gone to him, not to Cock. I feel like Dean Elgar was very much a mainstay of the side. He's very, he's settled there. I don't see him being displaced anytime soon. I know you've got likes of like Reda Matonda, Saraloya there as well, thereabouts. There's a little bit of pressure on Elgar, but I still feel like even with Markham returning, that Elgar's is very much his spot still at the moment. You can take, a 2 or 3 poor series for Dean Elgar to be under the spotlight. I think he's still quite a bit away, quite a few failures away from being dropped. So yeah, I would have gone with him as captain. I think he would have relished challenge actually. Dean Elgar, he's a very gritty term batsman. When he made his debut in 2012. Against Australia, I was thinking, winning 1-0 series win. South Africa were in the pomp. They were number 1 in the world at that point. It's been beating England in England to take number 1 mace. They were obviously very good side, but a lot of the players, it kind of coincided a little bit. I mean, they used to remain unbeaten, away from home until 2015. And until they got battered by India. But the team was sort of slide a little bit. I mean, you think about obviously Dale Steyn was still very very good bowler, so was Moni Morkel. There was still very much great plays on that side along with Vernon Philander. The spinning was a bit of an issue, the spinners, but okay, whatever. But then you had likes of in terms of the batting, Callis is on the way out, he was gone a year later. Graham Smith went 15 months later. Graham Smith departed. And that was a big hole to fill. Graham Smith obviously is captain and opening batsman like him. Obviously Graham Smith went. Amla went obviously for quite some time still afterwards. AB was up and down, obviously with his availability. Let's not get into that now, but I feel like Dean Elgar was never really part of that really great side. It was a side that was kind of becoming a middle of the road side. Like they lost at home to Australia in 2014. Obviously they lost to England in 2015-16. They struggled. They battled to winning against India, 13-14, but at home. And they performed well in the UAE as well as Pakistan. But they were kind of they weren't the great team I felt that maybe, the kind of, I think 2009, 10, 11, like those times when like Amla and Callis and Smith in particular were in the real pomp. AB was playing a lot more test matches then as well, and the side looked incredible. It was still a good side, but Elgar's never. The point of what I'm trying to say is Elgar's never been part of a side which was like the previous Protea side. He had obviously Faf next to him as well. He came back in that series, didn't he? But it wasn't the same, and I feel like maybe if Dean Elgar had the same kind of level of plays in and around him, that maybe you would see a bit more from him. I hate to say this. I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but for me, Dean Elgar reminds me of a bit of a poor man's Graham Smith. In that he's not got a huge amount of innate ability. I don't think he does the best of what he's got, but I feel like someone like him, because of his kind of personality and his grit in his game, that he's someone with great players around him will kind of rise to the occasion. Because he's a very, determined individual, which is that's how he's got to where he's got in the game. What he's played. He's played 65 test matches, averaging. Well, he's averaging 39.9 actually because of the 100 that he scored here in the current test match. So he's just a shade under 40. But I think he's very proud of himself for that kind of average in a team that's been kind of middle of the road side since he. Especially in the second half of his test career, he said from 2016 onwards, they've been a reasonable side. South Africa, they've never been a great side like they were previously. Taking L's a lot more regularly as we've seen now. So, I think he'd be proud of himself, Dean Elgar, for this. For his achievements. and he's 30. He's going to be what is he? He's going to be 34 this year in summer. We'll see how long he has to go. I think that maybe now he's not been given the captaincy. I said before, I still think he's a he's a pretty solid player in that 11. But I wonder maybe even whatever happens, I think a couple of years, you might see Elgar bow out. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe this will be the catalyst for him to kick on. Be good to see that, because obviously they've got some hard yakets coming out, and they've got the Pakistan series away from home in Pakistan. That's 2 tests. It won't be easy there. It won't be these bunts and burners. It's not gonna be like 4 spinners coming or anything like that. It's not going to be easy, like facing the likes of Abbas and Afridi and Naseem Shah, Yasir Shah, etc. Fahim Ashraf, the all-rounder and stuff like that. It's not going to be that easy facing them. But then you come back home, and then you're facing up to Lyon, Stark, Hazelwood, and Cummins, Cameron Green, probably against Australia in a 3-test match series. So, it's important that he gets to fill his boots in the Sri Lanka series, but you want to see him kick on ideally from this. You want to be able to kick on and say, we know what, I am a senior player in the side, I am the opening batsman, I can average above 40, I'm good enough, and I hope we see it. I just wanted to kind of just do this video basically on saying, Dean Elgar, I think, fair play to the guy, because I don't think he's really blessed with a huge amount of innate ability, like Graeme Smith, but I think Graeme Smith is just an animal. Absolute fucking animal, Graeme Smith. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's got to where he's got. I think incredible amounts of innate confidence in Graeme Smith, and that's why he was able to lead the country as a 22-year-old and was a phenomenal captain and a phenomenal batsman for them. To average well over 50 over such a prolonged amount of time, 11-year career, captaining the side for all that time, absolutely incredible. But yeah, I think Dean Elgar said, on a slightly lesser version of Graeme Smith, can still be very proud of himself. It's what he's achieved. And I think this 100, I'm really happy for him. Obviously, he got very close, didn't he, against England last year, and then against Sri Lanka in the first test. He managed to get over the line now in this test. So hopefully, that monkey off his back, he can go and kick on next 5 tests against Pakistan, Australia, and it'd be great to see him get over the line, get over that 40 average mark. So let's see. That's it for me, guys. Just a simple video, really. Just a bit of, blabbering on about Dean Elgar. I like those cricketers who really knuckle down, a lot of grit and determination, and just make the best of what they've got. I think it's always good to put it in context as well, the performances, in light of how the team has performed overall in the period that they've played in, the era they've played in. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, do like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Cheers.